Alrighty, everybody. What is going on? Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. What's everyone doing? What are you guys up to? What's been going on since I was gone yesterday? Did I miss anything? Did you miss me? Well, I am back. I'm raring to go. I hope that means you guys are raring to go as well. What is up today is Thursday. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What day is today? Today is Thursday. I got all confused. Today is Thursday, October 3rd, 2019, and I am Darkside Phil. And of course, I welcome you all to my gameplay stream, the return back from my time away yesterday when I was not here on the stream. I'd done 7 straight days of streaming without a break, and finally got one yesterday. And some people have already asked me, well, what have you been up to, Phil? Was it a good day? I mean, any day that I get to spend with my wife is a good day, but it was a pretty crazy and hectic freaking day. I was flying everywhere. I was driving everywhere. We had appointments. We had meetings. We had a million things to do, including grocery shopping and the like as well. Like, there was just a lot going on yesterday. So I was out and about the town trying to get stuff done in, a short period of time. I was super busy. Now, sadly, I'm having some difficulty finding Halloween costumes this year. And in fact, to be quite frank with you, at this point, I think what I'm going to do is in the next week, I'm just going to put up the poll where you guys can start voting on the category of Halloween costume. And I might just have to get a costume based off of not only what you guys vote on, but just what's available. Usually around here, there's a lot of Halloween stores, and there's like not many, if any, this year. Which is disappointing. Obviously, I want to be able to have a good selection of Halloween costumes, and it looks like I'm not going to have that this year because of just what's around here. I don't know what happened. Usually, Halloween is like super popular. There's a ton of different stores where you can buy costumes, a big selection, and there's not that much this year. Now, some people have suggested, why don't you buy a costume online? Because that's very simple. You have no idea what you're getting online. A lot of the times in the stores, the costumes look good, and then when you actually look at, what's in the bag, it's like this really shitty knockoff costume. It just doesn't look very good. So, do you really want to drop, a decent amount of money on a costume that could potentially end up being terrible? The answer is no, obviously. So that being said, I think this week a few things are going to happen. The first thing is, I know you guys have been nominating horror and spooky-themed games for the Halloween Horror Marathon coming up. I think I'm going to make the poll for that so that you guys can begin to vote on what games you want to see me play during Halloween, the Halloween event. All right. And I think I'm also going to be making the polling for the Halloween costume. I think at this point, holding off isn't really going to make the situation any better. So I think I'm just going to probably do that, and we'll get it going, and we'll see what happens. Okay. So all that stuff, Halloween themed stuff coming up this week. For those who have not been by my streams the past couple of days, we're in full Halloween mode right now. I've got orange overlays. I've got new spooky Halloween themed messages for your contributions. We've got Halloween decorations behind me in the office. And as you guys can see in the stream chat, we've got new Halloween themed emotes that'll be here all month long, month of October. So I hope that you guys are excited for that. Obviously, I like Halloween. Duh. It should be a fun month with all the new games and everything coming out this month. It should be an interesting month, to say the least. And I certainly hope that you guys will join me for all of my fun streams. We're going to start talking about all that in just a moment. So, I guess the one thing I want to ask you guys, yesterday I was pretty much almost completely unplugged from the internet. I was so busy with everything going on that I really wasn't paying attention to much of anything on the net. Did I miss anything? Was there any big news, any big announcements? I think the only thing that people really were talking about was that it was a ginormous day for pro wrestling, because not only was it yet another night of NXT on USA Network, but it was the first night that show was going head-to-head with AEW. AEW had their, premiere show on TNT, and it was the same exact time as NXT. So I think some people were, really excited for that. But outside of that, I'm not really, I'm not really aware of much else that went down. I don't think I really missed much, unless you guys are going to tell me, no, Phil, you missed a ton. But most people in the stream chat are saying didn't miss much. Okay. No, I didn't watch any wrestling. Someone just said, oh, he was unplugged and only watched 3 hours of wrestling. I watched 0 wrestling yesterday. 0. 0.0 minutes of wrestling. Maybe today I'll start to catch up with the wrestling from this week. Seriously, like, that's what I mean. That's how behind I am on this stuff now. And then people ask me questions like, Phil, you know, are you going to talk about this wrestling show or that wrestling show? Or like, no, I'm not into it. Like, I don't see it for like a week. But, okay, so I guess I didn't miss that much. No one's really saying much at all. Bernie Sanders had a heart attack. Is that true? I saw something on social media about the fact that he had, like, I guess he had something with his artery. He had a stent put in his artery. That's not a good sign. You're running for president and, you know, all of a sudden you need to have a stent in your artery. Usually that's a bad sign. Probably not going to do much for his campaign, just saying. Not that this is a political commentary, it's not. I'm just saying it's kind of kind of a bad thing. Probably something you would not want to happen if you were running for office. We deter some voters. Okay, damn, that's messed up. I guess he did feel the burn. Damn. Oh, that's fucked up. That's pretty messed up. Alright, so anyway, guys. Alright, let's get to business, shall we? Let us talk. First of all, there's something I want to say up front. So I got a message. First of all, I got a bunch of messages during my day off. Nice, positive messages of people who had seen the interview with the quartering from the weekend. Very nice, positive vibes. So it seems like the interview's positive impact is continuing, and some people are really enjoying, you know, seeing and hearing about me for the first time in a way that wasn't just making fun of me constantly like a dickhead. And people are really liking it, so that's a good thing. All right, but outside of that, I did get, I got a notice from someone basically saying they were trying to tip me, and I guess it didn't work. Like, when they went to tip me, the first of all, it said you have to register for Streamlabs, which you don't have to do to tip me. And then it said that you had to register a PayPal account. It wasn't letting them tip me with a credit card anymore. Now, this has happened before. Supposedly, I guess what happens is from time to time, I guess it's the third-party payment processor that PayPal uses to run credit cards goes down. And when that happens, it reverts back to before they would accept credit card payments. And it's like, oh, you have to make a PayPal account and do all this crap. I don't have any control over that. At all. I have no control over that. So if that is the case and it's still happening today, that sucks. Because today I really do need the help with tips if possible. But if that's the case, that's the case. All right. So I don't know if that's the case or not. For any of you, or if that has been resolved, because that was like the middle of yesterday that somebody told me that. So it very well could have been resolved by now, or it could still be lingering. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out today. Okay? But anyway, thank you guys very much for any support today. We'll talk about that in a moment. All right? I didn't want to jump the gun here, but I just wanted to throw that out there that someone had mentioned that during my day off. I'm like, well, sadly I don't control any of that. I have no knowledge of any of that. It's not like, you know, it's an error that I can contact Streamlabs and ask. Nothing like that. It's just, if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. Okay? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my streams. Today will be a full day of streaming, meaning 2 streams today. I'll be streaming for 5 straight days, full time. I will explain what you can expect in those days in the next few minutes. Okay? So today, what are we doing? We're returning back to the world of Borderlands 3. Quite a lengthy game, but it's been quite a fun experience, in my opinion. I've really enjoyed it. A more chill style game than the ones that I've been playing recently. You know, it's more running, gunning, looting, shooting, rather than focusing on a narrative or anything like that. Even though there is a story, don't get me wrong, the story pretty much is bare bones and only there to serve the purpose of giving you a reason to shoot things. So I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. And we're going to continue on with that today. All right. By the way, today is officially the first day of my 12th year as a content creator. I should say that. It's technically the first day of year 12. Because my first day as a content creator started, what was it? I'm pretty sure it was like the first week of October of 2016, excuse me, 2016, 2008. I don't know why the hell I said 2016. And so, yeah, like this is year 12 begins today, if you can believe it. So, thanks for being here for the beginning of year 12. Very exciting, right? Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for streams today. I'm pumped for everything. I hope you guys are excited for everything today. Okay? All right, so, yes, a full 4+ hour stream of Borderlands 3 right now. It should be quite fun. I don't remember where we left off. I know that we had beaten Hammerlock's sister. I know we defeated her, but I think we're about to head into a vault. Actually, now I'm starting to remember. I think we're about to head into the vault on this planet, Eden 9 or whatever it is. And we're gonna see what's inside the vault. Assuming another giant creature, we're gonna have to fight, and then maybe those Colt twins will show up, and we'll have to fight them, or we'll see what happens with the story. Okay, should be pretty interesting, and then we'll move on from there. All right, see where the story takes us. Very nice. Later tonight, I'm going to be returning to Gears of War 5 for the first time in a couple weeks. We're going to do Horde mode. Horde mode is the mode that I like the most, where you do the waves of survival against enemies. It's been hit or miss. Mostly hit. I've really enjoyed it for the most part. And I'm curious to see if they tweaked it or updated it, and, you know, maybe I can get on a different map and different waves of enemies this time. We'll see. That's going to be tonight, okay? So hopefully you'll join me tonight for some Gears fun on the late stream. That's 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, it's the premiere of Ghostbusters. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The game from 2009, 10 years ago, I played this game that is essentially the spiritual successor to the movies, Ghostbusters 1 and 2. It really is. The plot of the game really is Ghostbusters 3. No, not the shitty 2016 piece of garbage fucking movie that a bunch of hack filmmakers made to try to make a quick buck. It's actually a good good plot, a good game. It stars the original cast members of the original Ghostbusters movies, including Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson. Rest in peace, Harold Ramis, who passed away since the making of this game. It's been that long. So I played this game 10 years ago, before I could ever monetize videos on YouTube. And it was incredibly fun. It was one of my favorite games of that year. I don't remember if it was my game of the year pick, but it was one of my favorite games of the year by far. And I remember it was my top funniest moment of the year also came from this game. Okay? So it's been remastered, remade for the modern era 10 years later. I'm very excited to play this starting tomorrow on the PlayStation 4. I hope that you will join me for this fun experience. Re-experiencing this game for the first time in 10 freaking years. I remember it being quite fun, entertaining. Although, I'll be honest, I also remember there was parts of it that were a bit of a grind. So it will be inevitably a mixed bag, but I think it's going to be a good one, going down memory lane and, you know, hearing all the banter and everything of these guys. It's going to be fun. So that's starting tomorrow. And, of course, this is the perfect month for this, Halloween month, to be playing a Ghostbusters game, right? So pretty neat. So that's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow night, don't quote me on this. I think I'm doing Throwback Street Fighter. I think that's what I've scheduled. So I think we'll have a Throwback Street Fighter session. And then over the course of the week, it's essentially going to be me balancing Ghostbusters with Borderlands 3 during the daytimes and doing chill streams at night, including things such as the Genesis Mini, Minecraft, and Dragon Quest Builders 2. Okay? So that should be pretty fun. I hope you guys are excited for what's coming up this next week. Now, in essence, I'm going to have, I want to say about a week to a week and a half coming up where I'm going to have some free time. And what I mean by that is I know eventually I'm going to be either beating Ghostbusters or Borderlands 3. And there's no major new releases, essentially until Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville comes out on the 18th. Or, if you don't think that's a big new release, then WWE 2K20 coming out on the 22nd. It's a lot of downtime. So I am proposing that I possibly play a game that I missed out on either during the summer or last month, games that people have wanted to see me play, but I just didn't play for various reasons, mostly because I was busy with other stuff. There's a few there's a few options. One would be Code Vein, another would be Astral Chain, and I think there was a third. Well, people wanted me to play the Surge 2. I'll be honest, I really don't want to play the Surge 2. I still have no confidence in this game company. I mean, I know it's kind of biased at this point, but there's various different games that I think people were really upset I didn't play Astral Chain. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be playing. I guess we'll see. But I'm going to definitely be playing something in the interim between now and, that third week of October. So I guess we'll find out. I'll have to, keep asking you guys what you want. It seems like no one can agree. Some people want Astral Chain. Some people want Code Vein. Some people want other stuff. So it's very hard to tell what exactly is the game. What is the game that people would absolutely love to see me play in this interim time? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, folks. Sometimes I don't have any of the answers. So I guess we'll see. But, for now, short term, it'll be Borderlands 3 and Ghostbusters. And then once those start to wrap up, then I'll be mixing it up with other stuff, okay? We'll find out. Fair enough. So that's the rough schedule. I know it's not too detailed. I wish I could give you more details, but, being that we're in the midst of 2 major releases, we got to get further into them before I can figure out what's coming next, so. Just took a sip of my Mio water. Okay. And if you've been liking the Genesis Mini coverage, that's going to continue. I've been really digging the Genesis Mini stuff. Every time we play it, it just becomes more and more fun, in my opinion. Playing these different various games. Some games I've never experienced, and other games I'm experiencing for the first time. It's just a ton of fun. So that's going to continue as well. All right, so that's the rough schedule. Let's now get to the second segment of the show. Okay? Let's get to the second segment of the show. If you're not aware, this is the segment. It's called Gratuitous Plugs. What we do is we gratuitously talk about Donald Trump's hair plugs. And it upsets a lot of people because it's about politics. No, we're not going to do that. That's not the segment at all. In fact, far from it. This is the Gratuitous Plug segment where I gratuitously plug ways that you can support my streams so that I can keep this going. All right? I stream full-time every single day except 1 day a week. All right? And, I am primarily dependent on crowdfunding to keep stuff going. All right? It's not like the old days where I used to have YouTube ad revenue running in abundance, and all you need to do is watch my videos on YouTube. It's the complete and polar opposite, quite frankly. I rely on your guys' support here on the streams in order to keep stuff going. So if you like the fact that for the last 11 years, I have been putting out content on a daily basis, if you like the content, if you support the content, and if you want to see it continue, please consider supporting me in one of the following ways that I am going to explain here on the stream. However, understand this up front before we even get to that. Okay? Please understand that all contributions are greatly appreciated and they help out tremendously, but they are not mandatory. I am very happy to know that there are people who just care about me to the point where they want to daily experience my live streams. They want to hang out with me on a daily basis. They have a lot of fun doing so. That's the greatest feeling in the world, to know that even after 11 years and now heading into year 12, that I am still pertinent and people care about me and my gaming opinions. They want to chill with me on a daily basis. It's a really great positive vibe, and it's really awesome. In particular, I'll be honest, this past week has been amazing. This past week, since the interview last weekend, people have been coming in positively, hanging out with me for the first time in years. Some people coming in for the first time ever to watch. It's been a really great positive experience, and I hope it continues. I hope the positive vibe continues because I love it, okay? Okay, so that being said, please consider contributing one of the following methods if you can. Not mandatory, but appreciated. The first would be my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. By the way, those who pledged to my Patreon in September, your pledges should have processed by now. If they did not, I would have contacted you already on patreon.com to let you know so you can check your information. But if you are a patron of mine, your pledges should have processed, all right? I'll be contacting you this week. In fact, if I remember tonight, I'll send you the message tonight regarding how to get your perks, okay? So that's coming. Thank you to everyone who was very supportive in the month of September over there. If you pledge to my Patreon, you earn yourself personal perks depending on how much you pledge. And I will like I said, be contacting those who earned them sooner rather than later. But if you want information on that, check it out. It's already publicly listed right there on Patreon. I don't want to go too much into detail about it when it's all listed there, okay? So thank you to anyone who supports via that method. Much appreciated. Now, in addition to that, I have a Teespring store where you can buy all kinds of fun merchandise, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, and mugs. The sweatshirts and the hoodies may be pretty appropriate if you are currently heading into the autumn, much like I am here in Washington State. Anything you buy from my Teespring, I get a commission, and you get a cool collectible. It's at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Now, if you're here live on the stream, and you're looking for some fun interactivity with me, a thank you shout out for a contribution, you indeed can get one. If you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to the channel, or you tip me during a live stream, I will give you a thank you shout out in recognition for your support. All right. As you see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen where things like the top cheerer and the top tipper get recognition for their contributions. Another extra way that I give out, credit for people who are contributing. Now, a few things about how it works here on Twitch. First of all, I have to abide by all of Twitch's terms of service. They have certain rules and regulations about what you can do and what you can say. Obviously, I have to abide by all of that if I want to continue to be a content creator here on Twitch, which I do. So understand that I can't just say and do anything that I want. I do have a little bit of a regular guideline that I have to follow. That's number one. Number two, I have my own personal kind of mantra, personal vibe, however you want to describe it, when I make my own streams, a way that I want to conduct myself. And the way is as follows. Essentially, I want it to be that when you're here on my streams, you guys can have a relaxed, chill environment to enjoy gaming, to enjoy my reactions to games, and essentially to just have a good time. That's what it's all about, okay? It's not about drama. It's not about arguments. It's not about, how can I put it? There's many places on the internet where that's what they're all about. Like, they try to propagate that kind of atmosphere. Oh, you go in there immediately, there's people insulting each other, drama, drama, drama. That's not what my streams are all about. And that's why we don't talk about certain topics like politics or religion on my streams. I know that those are argumentative topics that are going to get people all freaking riled up and pissy with each other. And that's why we don't usually address it. If we're playing a game where those are subject matter of the game or whatever, that's different. Then obviously it's pertinent to what we're doing. But in general, I try not to go into those topics because I knew that there's going to be problems, sadly, but that's just the way of things, as they say. Okay. So that's it. When you come to my streams, more than likely you're trying to escape drama yourself. You're trying to get away from the drama of your real life. You're trying to get away from the toxicity and insults and things that you get bombarded by on a daily basis. Why would you want to come to a stream where all it is toxicity and insults and drama and nastiness? You don't. You just want to hear about my honest opinions about games. You want to maybe hang out with me a little bit, have some interaction, maybe talk with some people in the stream chat. That's what this is all about, okay? That's what I'm all about. So if that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place, okay, guys? So please understand, I don't have any obligation to respond to anything that's said or done on the stream. Just because someone contributes doesn't mean I have to respond to it. Now, I will actively make a case to try to give credit where credit is due and try to give shout-outs for anyone who contributes. That's my whole thing. That's what I'm so appreciative of people that contribute, that obviously I want them to get credit and recognition. However, if we get someone on here who's trying to derail the stream, someone who's trying to throw insults at myself or others, someone who's trying to get me to say something that they blatantly know is not allowed on Twitch to get me in trouble, I don't have to respond to that, all right? And that's kind of one of the cool things about being a content creator like I am, is that I have the control over my own stuff. I don't have to worry constantly about what I'm saying and doing. Oh my God, is it okay? No, because I just don't play that game, So we're going to be all right, and understand that, because some people also, sadly, I hate to say it, but some people purposely try to stir up drama to get me in trouble, or they'll try to say, oh, see, Phil doesn't contribute, doesn't respond to contributions and stuff, and that's not the case at all. They're just trying to get a rise out of me by saying something they know I'm not going to derail my stream with, so please just understand that, all right? In general, we have really great streams. They're really fun. They're interactive. They're relaxing. In particular, like I said, with Borderlands, this is a game where as long as we all just kind of relax and have some fun and interact and have fun conversations and the like, I think these streams are very good. If we just sit around focusing on gameplay, the game's a looter shooter. there's not that much to really go on. You know, yeah, every once in a while I'll get a new gun and I'll melt the shit out of a mob of enemies with this crazy powerful gun or whatever. But outside of that, you know, it's not that exciting. You see what I mean? So it might be a great opportunity for us to have more interactions, more chill conversations and the like, rather than focusing solely on the gameplay. Now, but to end this segment of the pre-stream, ladies and gentlemen, being very honest with all of you, right now, I'm in the worst time of the month financially for me. All of my bills are clearing today. My mortgage clears. I am completely strapped for money. All right? And I'm not going to have any more money from any kind of a payment until Twitch pays me, which is around the middle of the month. So if you want to help me out today, please, any contributions are helpful. Cheering, subbing, tipping, all great. Please tip me. If you tip me, tips are funds that I could put directly towards bills. I need to raise tips today to buy Ghostbusters overnight so I can play it tomorrow. All right, I am solely reliant on your crowdfunding here. And so please, if you can today, please tip me. It'll help out tremendously. Okay? Now, a couple things about tipping. There's 2 ways you can tip. First of all, there's a tips jar button below the stream you can click on, or you can type exclamation point tip into the stream chat. All right? Either way. We'll bring you up my PayPal tips page. Okay? When you go to that page, you can check out various information. Now, I already said this on the pre-stream. I don't know what's going on with the PayPal tipping. Someone said that you had to, like, create a PayPal account, and some people are saying you don't. I don't know what happened. You're not supposed to have to create a PayPal account to tip me, but if their credit card processor is down, then technically you probably would have to create a PayPal account in order to tip me. I'm hoping that's not the case. Obviously, I want it to be as easy and streamlined as possible for you guys, and I apologize if that is the case, if you need to make a PayPal account, but please consider tipping if at all you can. It helps way more than anything else right now. Also, keep in mind, if you do tip me, you don't have to give out your identity. Some people are afraid about contributing on the internet and having people come harass them after the fact. It's not needed. You could just make up a name. You know, you can make a different name. You could just say anonymous. You don't have to use your real name, so no one will know that it's you who's tipping me if you do choose to be supportive today. Okay, guys? So I just say in advance, thank you very much for any contributions, whether it be cheering, subbing, tipping, Teespring, Patreon, whatever. All appreciated. Tipping helps more than anything, and I do need to raise tips today, not only to afford tomorrow's game, but to pay bills in the next couple of weeks. So please consider tipping me if at all you can. And thank you for the support, and thank you for even considering it. All right. Now we move on to the third and final segment of our stream. This is the shout-out segment where I give credit to those who have contributed, both, you know, today already during the live stream, but also people who contributed during my day off, because some people actually come by and do contribute. All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and give some shout-outs. Starting with people who were contributing during my day away. So that was yesterday. Golden Colts came by and did a bunch of cheering, which is very appreciated, Golden Colts. It's really awesome that people even keep me in mind when I'm not even here. That's pretty damn amazing, quite frankly. It lets me feel like there's value to what I do and that people actually appreciate what I do. So thank you for that. It's pretty amazing. Thank you. So thank you, Golden Colts. Many cheers, actually, during my day off here. So thank you. Much appreciated. Then the OG Rascal tipped me $1.50. Thank you to the OG Rascal who tipped me $1.50 yesterday. And then overnight, Golden Colts came back and he actually did a bunch more cheering. So thank you, Golden Colts, for that. Okay, so very nice. Now we're actually going to start off with contributions that came in during today's live stream. All right. Is that right? It's okay. Is that right? All right. All right, so what do we got? We start off with Timbo Slice, who resubscribed for 22 months. That's right, 22 months of support, and he says, woot woot, 2 more months until a new crown. That's true, right? Because you're at 22 months, so when you hit the 2-year mark, you will indeed earn a new crown, which will probably look pretty awesome. The 2-year crown is a gold crown encrusted with rubies and gems. So it is pretty nice looking, and I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much for that, and thanks for the resub, Nat. All right, moving on. Peter Venkman tipped me $1. Okay, And Peter Venkman says, Phil, when someone asks you if you're God, you say yes. Well, first of all, thank you, Peter Venkman. However, you obviously are not as big of an aficionado of Ghostbusters as I am. Because if you were, you would be aware that that quote is not spoken by Peter Venkman whatsoever. That is spoken by Sir Winston Zeddemore at the end of the movie when they're in the top of the building and they are fighting Gozer. So, I appreciate the tip. It is much appreciated. However, you have failed miserably in your movie trivia or a movie quoting attempt, and you should be horribly ashamed of yourself, quite frankly. How dare you misquote the movie? Is very unacceptable behavior, and I feel that... No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, thank you to Peter Venkman. I appreciate that very much. Okay. Actually, hold on a second. Because I need to put that up on the leaderboard, don't I? I can't just ignore that contribution. Peter Venkman tipped me. Peter Venkman needs to get recognition. Let's get him up there. Actually, how about this? We're going to say Dr. Venkman. Because technically, Peter Venkman is a doctor. A doctor of what? Both psychology and parapsychology, just so you guys know. Again, some trivia from the movies, because I'm a huge fan of the movies. So there you go. Thank you, Peter Venkman, for the $1 tip. Now, we can move on. Timbo Slice did a 50-bit cheer, and he says, are you the one that threw the wiener or hot dog into the ring at AEW last night during the commercial break? I guess the jig is up. I tried to hide it, but I guess you guys now know all about my antics during my day off. I tried to hide them, but apparently everyone's now aware of what I was up to. So, yeah, obviously it was me. I was there live at AEW's premiere. Somehow I managed to fly home overnight and get here in time for stream. Don't ask me how, because I don't think it would have been possible, but apparently so. Apparently so. It was me. It was me all along. It was me, Austin. And there you have it. There's your explanation. Alrighty then. But no, I guess, I don't know, I all I saw was on social media, but apparently during a commercial break, someone actually threw a hot dog into the ring at Jericho, and he picked it up and said, is that your wiener? And he squeezed it or something. Exploded. Okay then. Alright, so, Timbo, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's get you up on the leaderboard as the top cheerer of the day, because you're the only cheerer of the day. The Villain X has resubscribed for 5 straight months. Thank you to the Villain X for 5 months of support. That is appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Derek's second cousin has tipped me $1 and says, guess what? Derek is exiting the premises. You know what to do. I don't know why this has become a meme, but it has. So Derek has left the building. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, Derek has left the building. Hilarious. Okay. Excuse me. Continuing on. I don't know what's going on. Continuing on. Up next, we had an anonymous $5 tipper. That is a top tip of the day. Thank you very much to the anonymous $5 tipper. Let's read their message before we update the leaderboard. They say, I was about to sign the death certificate for Battlefield 5, but Battlefield 5 has a pulse and is fighting for life. The 2 new maps are very good. I don't know about this. Battlefield 5, I'm sorry. You know, I hate to be a Debbie Downer or Negative Nancy or whatever you'd like to call it, but Battlefield 5, very, very underwhelming game. A game that sadly did not live up to expectations. A game that I played the beta of and was so effing bored. During the beta, I stopped playing it after like an hour, and I never bought the full retail game. Now, normally, if I were to skip a full retail game like Battlefield, I would be bombarded with requests from viewers saying, why did you do that, Phil? Don't you know this is one of the biggest releases of the year? As someone who's supposed to be covering the biggest games of the year, you're really missing out by skipping Battlefield. I don't know what you're thinking. I didn't get that at all from my viewership. Typically, again, that's what would happen. None of that. Instead, it was the opposite. It was like, wow, Phil, you kind of dodged a bullet. Battlefield 5 stinks. Like, you really made the right choice here by focusing on other games instead of playing Battlefield 5. which is like, whoa. Like, seriously, the game's that bad. Or I guess I shouldn't say bad, but I guess I should say the game's that, like, uninspired and boring, right? That people didn't even care that I didn't play it. Even though I'm known for being the guy to cover, like, the major releases of the year. And I've covered every major Battlefield for quite some time. This is the first one that I actually skipped. So, you know, pretty big that I did. Now, I know that I think it had multiple expansions. From what I'm to understand, they were all free. Like, they never charged a penny for any of the expansions. I mean, let's be honest, mostly because probably no one would have paid for them even if they had. So I guess they've come out with 2 new maps, and this anonymous $5 tipper is saying that the maps are quite good. I mean, I guess that's good news for the people who actually did buy Battlefield 5 and are still sticking with it and going back to it every once in a while to check it out. But for someone like me who literally skipped the game because it was such a bad beta and so underwhelming, and then skipped a retail and no one cared that I skipped it, like, you know, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I don't really care, and I think it's too little too late for the game. I don't think that many people will give a shit, except for those who bought it and were like, damn, this game was like completely panned and destroyed, and, you know, maybe, you know, for you, great. I'm happy that you're at least getting some extra value out of this game, but I couldn't tell you about anyone who's still talking about Battlefield 5. No one mentions it on my streams or asks me to play it. It's like deader than freaking dead. So it is what it is, I guess. It just happens sometimes, right? So, okay, so yeah. Battlefield 5, woohoo, let's get this anonymous tipper up here on the leaderboard as the top tipper of the day, shall we? Now, I have a question. For those people who've been tipping so far, and if you want to answer anonymously, if you can or whatever, is the tipping working properly? Are you able to tip in the normal way you used to? Or is it giving you issues? I hope the answer is no, everything's fine, everything's fixed. But, I don't control that, so I don't see it. I don't even know what to say. Like, if it is screwed up, I wouldn't even know how to go about, like, trying to fix that for you guys. And it sucks. Obviously, I want you to be able to tip appropriately. All right? Vic Von Doom, you're full of crap. You've been giving me misinformation. I'm not going to put up with it, so you got to stop or else you're going to get banned, dude. I'm serious about that, too. Like, you know, I'm trying to be serious. He's like, oh, I tried to tip and it didn't work. No, you didn't. You also said that cheering didn't work earlier. You're a liar. Like, you're just trying to stir up drama. I'm trying to get serious, concrete information, so stop it right now. All right? Fair enough? Okay. All right. Continuing on. Insomniatic Meat did a 50-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Insomniatic Meat, for the cheer. I appreciate that. Yes, I do. Thank you for the support. Let's continue. Fatal Reaper resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you for the 2 months of support. He says, look here, listen, thanks for all the amazing content, DSP, using a Wings Me in my chat. That's obviously a first. It's never happened before. Thank you for the refreshing new content. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you. I don't care if you use Wings Beams or not. Thank you, Fatal Reaper, for the resub. I appreciate that. Free for All Cast did a 50-bit cheer. And he says, I recently purchased Dragon Quest 11 on the Switch. I enjoyed your Dragon Quest playthrough so much that I decided to get the definitive edition, and that leads me to my question. What's your next JRPG plan? I enjoy your chill style or approach to these types of games. It's a good question. The answer is, I don't know. There's been a lot of debate about what should be the next JRPG that I play. There doesn't seem to be much of a consensus. One of the games that I absolutely want to play is Final Fantasy VI, because I've only played it once ever. I played it, it was a long time ago. I think it was 7+ years ago, before I was even doing direct capture. So I would love to do a direct capture playthrough of Final Fantasy VI. That's a game that I used to play once every couple of years. Like, no lie, like once every 2-3 years I would play it because I love it so much. But it's been such a long time since I played it now, I'm craving playing it. So I'm thinking that might be the next one, and that might be for downtime, maybe early next year. Or not, I don't know. You know, I'm kind of on the fence. There's other RPGs I've wanted to play as well that I haven't had a chance to play. So I'm undecided right now. I'm completely undecided. Suggestions are appreciated. If you guys have a suggestion for a game that you feel that I should play as my next RPG playthrough, I'm all ears, as they say. So spread the love and let me know what the heck is going on. Okay? Let me know. All right. But yeah, I would say Final Fantasy VI is the lead of my at the lead at the what am I saying the lead? At the head of the games that I'm considering. It would be Final Fantasy VI, okay? But it could be something else too. There have been many JRPGs I never played that I've been considering playing. So Dr. Raymond Stance. To me, $10 to stop being an El Cheapo, Peter. Looking forward to our Ghostbusters 3 playthrough. Very nice. I, too, am looking forward to Ghostbusters 3. I can't wait. Like I said, I played this once ever 10 years ago. And I remember it being quite a fun and entertaining playthrough at that time. And quite frankly, being that there really hasn't been anything in the realm of Ghostbusters in a long time, it'll be pretty neat to be playing this game and enjoying it. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I hope you guys are ready for some Ghostbusters antics and fun starting tomorrow. Hopefully as long as I raise enough tips to buy the game. But I'm thinking positively. Everything's been great. The support's been great over the last week, so I don't want to think negatively and be like there's a chance that I wouldn't. I think that I want to stay positive about it. So, hopefully things work out, okay? So Dr. Raymond Stance is the top tipper of the day. Get him up on the leaderboard here. What is going on with my keyboard? My keyboard's fucked up. There we go. That was weird. It was like not working properly. So thank you for the $10 tip. Very generous. I appreciate that. Continuing on. Jericho squeezed my weenie. Tipped me $1 and says, watch your retrospective stream. Was wondering, will you ever do a debunk stream on a John Rambo and Howard video? Oh my God, here we go with the drama. You claimed during the stream you tried to contact them, but they claimed that you only tried to contact them. All right, enough. Enough. Guys, I'm going to say this. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I've said it a million times. I'll try it again. Ladies and gentlemen, I moved out of Connecticut in 2014. 2014. Do you know how long ago that was? Anyone? Anybody? Anyone? Anyone know how long ago that was? Can you figure that out? Let's think about this, okay? Okay. 5 years ago. 5. The last time I had any contact with John or Howard was mid-2015. Anyone know how long ago that was? Anyone? Anyone figure? Okay, listen. Over 4 years ago. I think at some point, it may behoove us to realize that things change. It may just make some sense to understand that sometimes over time, things, will change and be different. And I understand wholeheartedly that many, many people enjoyed the stuff that I used to do with these guys. It was a different era. Quite frankly, that was kind of the YouTube era, offline kind of gameplay era, way before I became a full-time streamer and everything changed. It was before I moved across the country and a lot of things about my life changed. And quite frankly, I was a different guy back then too. As I've said many times over the years, I feel that I've changed for the better since back then. I really do. That being said, it was a long fucking time ago. We're talking 4 to 5 years ago. Things are not magically going to change at any point. Nothing's going to magically happen and make things better. Just being honest here. If there had been any kind of a desire for us to talk with each other and become friends again, it would have happened by now. I'm just saying. It hasn't happened. I think it's time to start giving giving up on your hopes for the impossible dream. All right? I don't even have the same life, I'm not the same person that I used to be back then, So it's time to give up. If anything does happen, more than likely it would happen behind the scenes, out of the public eye anyway. As you guys know, whenever these things get in the public eye, they tend to not work out so well, right? So in the last year and a half that I've made so much of my personal life private rather than sharing it publicly with you, my life has gotten much better. So if anything were ever to change, that would be great, but you probably wouldn't know about it anyway. I would probably want to keep it a secret so that people don't try to fuck it up. So there you go. The answer is stop asking. You're not going to know if anything does change anyway, so get over it. That was a long time ago, man. A long time ago. I'm not going to be making special debunking sessions of drama. I literally just said on the pre-stream, we're not about drama. Like, some people, I swear, they're here every day and they don't listen. Like, they're here, they know what I'm all about as a content creator. They don't listen at all. They want to stir up drama from 4 or 5 years ago to get this, this is what they're here for, the juicy drama and tidbits. Like, grow up. That's not what my streams are about at all. So if that's what you're here for, you're in the wrong spot. This is a fun gameplay stream, all right? We're not drumming up drama from 4 or 5 years ago for your jollies, all right? So if you're trying to get your jollies off here at my expense, well, tough titties, as they say. You're not going to get that. You're in the wrong spot. You're going to be solely disappointed. I'm sorry to disappoint you and to not be your personal source of enjoyment, but it's not going to happen, okay? No more. You can go squeeze your weenies somewhere else, okay? All right. Fair enough. Continuing on. Spawn Killer tipped $1 and said, hey, Phil, longtime fan. I've been a fan since 2008 when you played Fable 2. Don't pay attention to the haters. Keep up the good work. There you go. You know what it is? I don't. At this point, a lot of this stuff I don't even feel has anything to do with haters anymore. Like I said, it's just drama queens and stuff. Like, I want Phil to constantly be addressing drama. No. How about no? How about instead we have fun with gameplay and you have a good time, To me, that's way more worthwhile than drama, and constantly drumming up the past and shit. Let's just have a good time today with what we're doing today. Why can't we live in the now? Why can't we live in the present? Why do we have to live in the past? All right? Did you guys ever see The Lion King? Did you ever take Pumbaa's advice? You leave your behind in your past. Right? Leave your stinky behind in your past. It's all about the future. Right? We got all these fun games coming out. We got fun streams coming up. We got Halloween vibes. Let's talk about things that happened 4 or 5 years ago. No! Absolutely not. Instead, let's focus on the future and the positivity of the present. Fair enough. Let's continue. Free for All Cast. Just did a video with cheers at Octopath. Well, indeed, that is another RPG that I skipped out on last year because I was in the middle of finishing up for Persona 5. Let's not get into that story why I was playing Persona 5 a year late. And so because of that, I didn't play Octopath during the summer. A lot of people were disappointed that I didn't because they were saying it was an RPG that seemed like it would have been right up my alley, but I never got around to it. And some people still want to see me play it, so maybe that's another one I'll consider. We'll see. Like I said, right now Final Fantasy VI is kind of in my mind at the head of the pack, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's the game that I have to play. So we'll see. Okay. Continuing on. Well, that was, oh my God. That was something else. Excuse me. An insanely large belch. It was absolutely revoltingly disgusting. Even I was revolted by that disgusting belch. And I apologize wholeheartedly for the raucous and just raunchiness of it. Sometimes I just can't control myself. What can I say? It's my fault, and I apologize. That was absolutely gross. Sorry. Okay, continuing on. Snorlax tipped me $2. And Snorlax says the following. Hey, Phil, I'm going to New York Comic Con with my girlfriend this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. What's some of the highlights of your favorite conventions you've attended? Thanks for the content. I've been to a lot of conventions. I've been to the big ones. And when I say the big ones, I mean like the Comic Cons. I've been to both the New York and San Diego Comic Con before. I've been to gaming conventions like MagFest, Too Many Games, Screw Attack Gaming Convention, back when that used to exist. I've been to a lot. I've been to a lot of stuff, a lot of events. Kineticon. I would say one of the cool attractions of conventions is walking around and seeing the cool big booths that they've got out that are a lot of fun to just kind of look at the display, look at the product they're showing off. Sometimes they're selling something. Sometimes they're advertising a new television show or comic book. Pretty neat to see what their what are the new attractions, what are the new wares that they're offering, etc. Sometimes you can meet someone, a celebrity, a game maker, a comic book maker. I saw Stan Lee, rest in peace, Stan the Man. But I saw Stan Lee in person at a comic book convention once, and I filmed him, which was pretty neat. There's a lot. What I would say is a couple things. First of all, understand that place is going to be packed. New York Comic Con is always busy. You'll be wall-to-wall people, so be ready for that. Be ready to navigate. Be ready to be squished in like a sardine, and keep all your stuff close to you. Don't carry anything that's dangling or you have a chance of dropping. The other thing is, understand that everything's going to be expensive. In particular, food and refreshments. They tend to gouge prices at these things to try to make a buck. So, recommend maybe, understanding that and knowing if you're going to buy food or whatever at the venue, not only are you going to wait incredibly long in line, you're going to get something that's probably not very good, and you're going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for it. That's kind of how it works at these things, okay? Sucks, but it's just the reality you go into these events. What I would also say is even though it's very fun to just walk into these events with no plan whatsoever and just kind of walk around and see stuff, understand that if you actually are looking to get a lot out of it, you want to pre-plan. And what I mean by that is you want to look up, what are the events going on? What is it that I want to see while I'm here? Because a lot of these things, for example, I want to get an autograph from a celebrity. You're going to be waiting in line quite some time. These are not things that are quick. A lot of the times these things take a long time. You got to wait a significant amount of time in a line to get into a panel or to see a certain person and get an autograph or whatever. It's not just like, you can just walk right in. It's easy to do. It's not. It could be quite frustrating actually, because you just want to get in there and do what you want to do, and now you end up waiting. I have all day, and then by the end of the day, you're like, wow, today I did 3 things because that was all that was available. And that's how frustrating it could be at these conventions, okay? So you might want to plan out your time as well. Understand, if I want to get an autograph from this guy, I may be in line for 2 hours. If I want to get into this panel, I may wait in line for 3 hours and never get into the panel. These things are becoming ever more popular with more and more people attending them, and it just makes it more and more tough to get in to these, the things that you may want to get into, okay? Just being matter of fact, I know you might be right now like, oh, really? That's how it is? Yeah, that's really how it is. It's getting tough. So, be prepared. Be ready to wait. Bring a lot of money. And be careful. Because, you don't want to lose anything that's valuable. You don't want to basically go in there and end up at the end of the day broke, disappointed, and feeling like you wasted your time. Okay? There you go. That's the best advice I can give you. All right. Thank you, Snorlax, for the $2 tip. I don't even know if I updated the leaderboard at this point. I think I did. Golden Nobles did a 245-bit shear. Okay, thank you very much, Golden Nobles. Let's get you up on the leaderboard here. Excuse me. Golden. Oh, shit. Golden Nobles. 245-bit cheer, the biggest cheer of the day, so thank you for that, Golden Nobles. The Villain X did a 200-bit cheer. Thank you, Villain X. And it says the following. Hold on. AEW started off strong. A lot of build with storylines and new factions. What are your thoughts on AEW yesterday? Villain X, you probably weren't here earlier. I haven't seen wrestling. I didn't see AEW yesterday. I'm not going to see AEW till much later in the week. I am not like it used to be. Used to be where, yes, I know. I was in the know about wrestling at all times. I knew everything going on. I knew all the plot lines. I watched wrestling every single night when it was brand new on TV. Sadly, those times are long gone. I say sadly, but not really. The reason is because I have a busy life now. I have a happy, busy life. When my wife is home, she does not like pro wrestling. I tend to like to do stuff with my wife versus sitting there watching wrestling by myself all night. You see what I mean? But I understand for those of you who've been around for a while, like, damn, Phil used to always be in the know about wrestling, and now he never talks about it. It's like, yeah, because tonight I'll probably watch Monday Night Raw from Monday. Tomorrow, maybe I'll watch SmackDown. This weekend, maybe I'll try to get caught up I'll try to watch NXT and AEW. Maybe I'll have a chance to watch like 205 Live or WWE UK by next week, when most people are watching the new week shows. You know, that's when I'll be watching that stuff. So that's kind of the situation I'm in. You know, that's life. You grow up, things change. It's not like it used to be where I was sitting alone in my condo every night watching wrestling and everything. It's, you know, it's very different. It's okay, though. I like it. I like my life. Like I told you guys, I love my life as it is now, much more than any time in my life. This is the best time of my life by far. And I mean that. Like, I really enjoy my life with Kat and Jasper. And we have a really nice thing here going. So, all right. Continuing on, Dr. Peter Venkman tipped me $4. Says, Ray, back off, man. I'm a scientist. Well, there you go. Back off, man. I'm a scientist. Thank you for the $4 tip. It seems like people are getting pretty hyped for Ghostbusters tomorrow, which is good because I love that game. Okay. Hold on. Oops. Supreme King Kai tipped me $1. And now he says, how do we know you didn't already make up with John and Howard? All right, enough. I'm seriously not addressing any of this anymore. It's drama. I've said I don't want this, and people just keep trying to do it, so fuck off. I'm not addressing it. You're wasting your time. Continuing on. Duke's Mayonnaise tipped $1 and said, I loved your interview video. Great job. You didn't snort or burp during the whole hour. And I noticed in your videos with Kat, you don't snort or burp. What gives is because you don't respect us. No, it's because at different times of the day and different things, I feel differently. So I'll give you an example. Some days I wake up, and because of my postnasal drip, which is why I snort or burp, as you term it, I feel awful. I can't stop. You know, it's constantly dripping. It's making me cough. It's making me snort or clear my throat, etc. Other days I wake up and I feel good. I've got no problems whatsoever. Okay. In particular, in this interview, not only was I not being bothered by any of my postnasal drip, it was actually a dry, cool night that I was filming that interview. But also, I hadn't eaten for hours before, so it wasn't like I had gas built up in me and I had to explode with burping or anything like that. I swear people have this like conspiracy theory that like Phil purposely saves up his burps and snorts on his regular streams. It's like anyone with a brain who has common sense would understand why, because I don't have to do it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just like anyone. That's life. So how about you stop focusing in on burping and snorting and instead focus in on all the other things that I do? You know, like today I did a raucous, disgusting, raunchy burp on pre-stream. Maybe I'll burp 1 or 2 more times. That will constitute 20 seconds of 6 hours of streaming. So instead of focusing in on the 20 seconds like an immature kid, how about you focus in on these 6+ hours of fun content and stop being a dick? All right. Droopy Dog Goatee did a 50-bit cheer. Says, how many push-ups can you do in a row? When is the last time you've done a push-up? You're stupid. I'm not going to address any of that because it's nothing to do with anything. Survive Sweet Tree is back. Are you back? Because Survive Sweet Tree. Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. Is this the same account? No, it's not. It's an imposter. I knew it. All right. So let's ban that. It's not the same guy. I knew it. So here's what happened, guys. So someone named Survive Sweet Treat over the past couple of weeks have been coming in and cheering a bunch. All right. And they've been asking questions and everything on the stream. It's been pretty interactive. It's been pretty nice. Well, apparently during my day off, their account either got suspended or closed on Twitch. And so if you look at the top of my cheering leaderboard right now, it says cheer to be number 1, which makes no sense because there's someone at number 1. It's because his account apparently got suspended or banned. Now, I hate to say it. Usually when that happens, it usually means that, sadly, some underhanded stuff was going on. Sounds to me like maybe a stolen credit card or something. I don't know. Who knows, right? So I don't know, you know. But the bottom line is this guy is gone for whatever reason. We don't know why. We'll probably never know. It's just speculation. Well, someone just came in and tried to impersonate him and say something insulting because they're an idiot. They think that I'm going to take the bait or whatever. They misspelled the guy's name. They made a new account to pretend like they're him, and then they misspelled the guy's name. I'm not stupid. I'm not born yesterday. You know, nice try, but troll harder. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. An anonymous $5.01 tipper. Just listen to this. This is great. Listen to this one. Talk about derailing a stream. Listen to this one. Do you take any prescribed medications? You probably have a couple of mental illnesses, like your major depressive disorder. Are you anti-medication? Why won't you embrace medication or exercise? What the fuck is this? This is a gameplay stream. What the fuck is going on? Do you understand the premise of a gameplay stream? Like, do you understand that I'm going to be playing a game and having fun with, like, you know, some fun interactions? This is not drama hour. This is not get personal information about Phil hour. What is wrong with the people today? What is happening? I come back from break, and this is what's happened. People have lost their minds. Thanks for the $5 tip. But I'm not answering any of your shit. Because it has nothing to do with the stream. It has nothing to do with anything. And I don't share personal information. Maybe I'm on 500 prescription medications. Maybe I'm on none. Alright? None of your fucking business. How about that? Holy shit. Good lord. Let's continue. Let's brush it off like nothing happened. Let's continue. Lofi Nerd has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Lofi Nerd, for the subscription. I appreciate that very much. All right, let us now get to shout-outs for the top cheers of the week. We'll run down the people who cheered the most this week to give them some recognition. I appreciate that, everybody. So, starting from the bottom. In 10th place this week, we've got DJ Sandax. 9th place goes to Golden Colts. 8th place is Philly Buckeye. 7th place is a tie for... Actually, it's a tie for 6th between Gone with the... Gone with the Summer and the Fart in the Hat. What names? The Fart in the Hat, huh? We're really going there. All right. The Fart in the Hat. Thank you, guys. 5th place, a live studio audience. That's an interesting name. A live studio audience. Okay. 4th place, M5 NSX. Ooh. Let's see here. My nose is itching. Hold on. I'm distracted by a very itchy nose. Okay. 3rd place, Phantom Fuzz. 2nd place, Mr. Papavero. Thank you very much. And, of course, in 1st place, as I already mentioned, it would have been this guy Survive Sweet Treat, but his account has been wiped for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to the guy. Obviously, I wish him the best, but if it's for underhanded purposes like he was stealing credit cards and stuff, that's kind of bogus, dude. That's bogus, dude. Don't do it. All right. So, yeah, so essentially, top cheer of the week is this guy, but his account, I don't know if it'll ever come back to display or not. So I guess we'll see. All right, let's shout out to Droopy Dog Goatee, who cheered and said, I think it's feasible to sleep before 2 a.m. and wake up earlier and use that time for exercise. Here we go again. Oh, my God. People, again, derailing the stream with nonsense. Complete fucking nonsense. Like, you know my life and you know my schedule. You know why I do things. Honestly, the answer is you don't know anything. And you talk out of your butt constantly. You know, it sucks. Listen, I would love to go to bed earlier. I actually would. I would like to go to bed earlier. I can't. I don't have the means. You know, my wife sometimes doesn't even show up from work until super late at night. And obviously, I can't go to sleep before she goes to sleep. You know, so it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll be able to go to sleep earlier. You know, my life is my life. I do what's viable. And, you know, my lifestyle, in reality, you know, could it be better? Of course. I think everyone's lifestyle could be better. Right? Essentially, everyone I think could agree with that everyone could make lifestyle changes that would make their lives better. I wish, you know, I had the means to do that. I currently don't. And that's that. Okay? Fair enough? Now, Droopy Dog Goatee says, we saw you tweeting at 2:30. You should be working out. All right, goodbye, you're banned. I've had enough. I'm trying to be as nice as possible. Seriously, I'm trying to be as nice as humanly possible, but if people just want to be dicks, you could just get the fuck out. I'm not enough. You know, I can only put as much patience as I can into something until I'm like, that's enough of that. Enough of that shit. Jesus Christ, some people are just fucking so dense. I tried, guys. I apologize. I really tried. Although I'm pretty sure most of you are not going to be too disappointed that that guy's gone. So, alrighty. Snorlax just tipped me another $1. He says, sorry for the wrestling questions. I'm curious to hear your opinion on WWE referring to the Cruiserweight Championship as the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. You think it's your attempt of having 205 Live bleed into NXT and having their talent on Wednesday? I mean, it's already happened. If you didn't notice, they're already having 205 Live talent. They've started this over the past few months. There was crossovers where the guys would kind of be between shows, and now all of a sudden they're doing this. It's a shift. What they want is they want to have a giant amount of talent available for Wednesday nights, since Wednesday nights every night is a 2-hour live show, much like SmackDown. This is already happening behind the scenes. I guess some people didn't get wind of it or whatever, but this has already been in the process for a while. And yes, you're not going to see it every week, but a lot of weeks you're going to see 205 Live talent on NXT. 205 Live is a show that, in my opinion, is actually a great show. I've watched it for a long time on the WWE Network, and I watch it every week because this is developmental talent. These are guys that work their asses off to put out a great product in the ring. Sadly, WWE isn't always looking for a great product in the ring. A lot of the times they're looking for everything else. And that saddens me because these guys are incredibly talented and, they need to get recognition. And some of them just get stuck in this category because they're not giant roided freaks. They weren't gifted with this insane genetic prowess to be, big roided dudes. Vince kind of passes over them and just leaves them in limbo forever. And that ain't right, in my opinion. So it's good to see at the very least, even if these guys never make it to mainstream TV like Raw or SmackDown, it looks like now they'll actually have a place to flourish in NXT, which has its own show and its own deal, right? So I'm happy. There may be people who are able to be in NXT their entire careers and be very happy. And that's a good thing. As long as NXT has a following, I see no problem with that, right? So there you go. Okay, thank you, Snorlax, for the $1 tip. So, let's check on things before we get started, because we're about to get started with gameplay now, finally, everybody. So let's check on sub count. We're currently up to 613 subs, so we gained 1 overall sub during the pre-stream. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. Top cheer is Golden Nobles, and I forgot to put the closed parentheses on his name. Oops. Let's close parentheses, shall we? 245-bit cheer. Dr. Ray Stance with the $10 tip is the biggest tip of the day, and thank you so far for $30 in tips. Like I said, I'm trying to raise not only enough funds to buy Ghostbusters to play it tomorrow, but also to pay bills and everything. Yeah, I need a lot of support. Whatever you guys can afford to lend, if you can, please do. All right, it's not required, but I'm very appreciative of tips coming in today. They're going to help tremendously with bills and the like. So please consider tipping if at all you can. Fair enough, guys. And by the way, I never got an answer about if the tipping is working properly or not. I'm assuming it is because no one's complained. So I'm assuming that it actually is working. All right. Let's see here. Vote Republican tipped $1 and says, should Trump release his financial records? I'm not a political guy, and I'm not going to talk about politics. So, too bad. So sad. Oh, well. Okay, then. Hold on. We had a couple people who were requesting unbans. Let me see some stuff here. Let me look at these before we begin. Look at this one. This person was just recently banned. What the hell did they do? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I know why you were banned. You're an idiot. Now let's see what he said in his email. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's see. Look at this guy. Let's see here. Check on this one. I get these requests to be unbanned, and this guy was banned a while ago. Let's see. This guy was super immature, but maybe I'll give him a second chance. I'll give him a second chance, but I'll keep an eye out. Gustav Adolphus just hit me $1. Says, I saw you driving a Ferrari. Wow, really? That's amazing. You must have seen one of those alternate timeline fills driving around. I've heard of these. I've heard that there's a few of them that snuck through from the multiverse. That there's a few alternate timeline fills out there driving around. So apparently that's the Phil that was basically a scumbag his whole life, stepped on other people to get ahead, was never a nice guy, and did everything he did cutthroat to get ahead in the corporate world. And so he drives around in a Ferrari, sipping on Carvassier in the middle of the street. And when cops try to pull him over, he just throws $100 bills out the window. So that's alternate timeline Phil. Maybe we'll see him again someday. Maybe we'll see him again. Maybe next time he'll be like, walking into, a high-end restaurant and saying, I'm going to treat the entire people here. I'll buy everyone's dinner for them tonight. Because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm so rich and famous and rolling in the doughs. There you go. Floppy Jowls cheers. Is this just chatting? No. It's a pre-stream of a gameplay stream. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Thank you for the cheer as well. Okay. I think it's time to actually begin with gameplay. What do you guys think? Oh, by the way, Bottle Crunch in 3, 2... Ha! I crunched early and surprised everybody. All right. It's time to jump back into the Borderlands, everybody. Hope you guys are ready. 2-Bar King just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, 2-Bar King, for the cheer. It's time for Borderlands 3. Well, you know what's funny? A lot of people are complaining that it's a long pre-stream. You do realize my actual pre-stream was done in 20 minutes. I had given the schedule update, news, everything. It was the shoutouts that took 40 minutes. And the shoutouts are purely dependent on contributions and what you guys asked me on pre-stream. So I'm sorry, but I seriously refuse to take responsibility for, people, wanting interactions with me. That's the whole point. And some days will be longer, some days will be shorter. Today ended up being longer because people had a lot to talk about and some people were trolling. So, excuse me. Okay, very nice. Let's get started.